The useEffect hook in React is a powerful tool for managing side effects in functional components. Side effects can include things like fetching data from an API, manually changing the DOM, setting up subscriptions, or performing cleanup tasks. The useEffect hook allows you to run side effects in response to changes in the component's state, props, or onMount and unmount. Syntax: useEffect equals / effect logic here. Return equals / optional cleanup logic. Dependencies. Effect function. The first argument is a function that contains the side effect logic. Cleanup function. Optional, you can return a function from the effect that will be run when the component unmounts or before the effect reruns. Cleanup. Dependency array. The second argument is an optional array of dependencies that determines when the effect should run. Basic example. Here's a basic example of how useEffect is used to run an effect when the component mounts. Import React. useEffect uses state from React. Function example component. Const data, set data equals uses state. useEffect equals / fetch data when the component mounts. Fetch https://api.example.com/data. Then response equals response.json. Then data equals set data, data. / cleanup is optional. Return equals console.log component unmounted. / empty dependency array means this effect runs only on mount. Return div h1 data from API /h1 pre-json.stringify data null 2 /pre /div. Export default example component. Dependency array. The second argument of useEffect, the dependency array, controls when the effect runs. Empty array. The effect will only run once, after the component mounts, like component did mount. No dependency array. The effect will run after every render, both mount and update. With dependencies, the effect will run whenever any of the values in the array change. For example, useEffect equals console.log count updated. Count / runs the effect when count changes. Cleanup and useEffect. Sometimes, effects need cleanup, like clearing intervals, aborting API calls, or unsubscribing from services when a component unmounts. You can return a cleanup function from useEffect. useEffect equals const timer equals set interval equals console.log interval running 1000 / cleanup function to clear the interval on unmount. Return equals clear interval timer. / empty dependency array ensures this runs only once. Example of dependency array usage. If you need the effect to run when specific variables change, include them in the dependency array. Const count, set count equals uses state, 0. Const text, set text equals uses state. useEffect equals console.log, the count has changed, $count. Count, / the effect runs whenever count changes. useEffect equals console.log, the text has changed, $text. Text, / the effect runs whenever text changes. Common use cases. Data fetching, fetching data from an API when the component mounts. Event listeners, adding event listeners, example window resizing, and cleaning them up. Subscriptions, managing subscriptions to services or sockets. Timers/intervals, setting and clearing intervals or timeouts. Updating the DOM, manipulating the DOM outside React's rendering flow.